Welcome, Capricorn. This is your weekly focus for June the 11th through to the 17th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's see what the cards have to reveal about how to use this energy positively so we can move forward on the path. We start with the chariot, pulling those reins. Pulling those reins, pulling that energy. What a new moon energy this is. This is the sun and moon meeting. This is dark and light. This is up and down. This is opposite energies, and figuring out how to take the energies that are around you and bring them into balance, bring them into a unity, bring them into a team, make them work for you instead of against you. Making sure you're not being pulled into other people's dramas or agendas, that it's your focus going forward. So the chariot is all about pulling in the energy. And so we have to pull on those reins, and it takes practice and it takes work. And I don't know if you've ever had to hold the reins of a horse, but at times you have to use every ounce of energy you have just to keep those horses in line. And those horses want to go any which way but the way you want to go. So we have to be careful to use the energy in a productive way and almost streamline it into our focus of our tomorrow. Lovers. We could be talking more, we could be expressing more about the love we have, the love we want to grow, the love we commit to. Now, this could be a relationship, absolutely. It could be a lover, a friend, a best friend, a parent, a child. It could be a dream, a goal, a career choice, something you want to do within the community, and making that commitment, falling in love with it or them, giving into your passions. Expect new relationships, new opportunities to come your way. Maybe once you hone in that energy, you see the love, the passion that you haven't acknowledged or brought out to the forefront before. Maybe it brings in something new and different. Maybe it allows some kind of closure or completion in your life. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, new passions, new dreams, new desires. This is also the giving card, right? So what you can do for others to bring in joy, to bring in happiness, to bring in love, to bring in passion. Your cup runneth over with new experiences, new ideas, new people surrounding you. We do have the new moon, so expect new. Uranus is very popular this week, so expect new, all of a sudden you realize that you have an ability, a talent that was completely overlooked before. And somebody said, wow, are you ever great at that? And you go, seriously? You think so? Because you just figured everybody could do it that good. Because you did it, and it was just easy for you. For work and career, we have the Five of Swords with the Three of Wands. I think this is calling for not necessarily new direction, but new focus on the direction you're going in, or you were once going in. Okay, and I say work and career, but it's what defines you as a person. So, maybe you'll tell me about work and career. Most people, when you meet somebody for the first time, that's how they describe themselves. But it could be what you do in the community. It could be your home life. It could be your spirituality. It could be your health, your well-being. So, what defines you as a person? And this could be a path that you once decided to go on and then you didn't go on, or you were going to give it a try and you didn't, or you tried once and it didn't turn out the way you wanted, and so it went on the back shelf. Or this could be something really new and different, and you know that you have the capabilities of doing it, but you've never tested your capabilities before. And it's like exercising on the treadmill all winter, and then the first beautiful day of spring you want to get out to those gardens, and you spend hours in the gardens weeding and moving rocks and getting the soil prepared for the new flowers and the new growth that's about to emerge from the soil. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm so sore. I tried to stay in shape all winter so I wouldn't feel this pain. But what happens is we're using different muscles, we're exercising different muscles. So, of course, it's going to feel alien to us, even though we know we are more than capable of doing the task. So if you're feeling uncomfortable about it, then chances are you're probably going in the right direction. It's something that has been thought before, or tried before, or planned before in some way. Or maybe you were putting it all together and now you're finally ready to emerge and try for the first time. Know that it's not going to be easy. Know that you're going to have aches and pains where you never thought you'd have aches and pains before, but you know that the reward is, well, it's abundance, it's happiness, it's joy, it's balance. For relationships, Ten of Swords has been very popular, and the shadow side, my goodness. You know what you want in relationships. You might even let out a part of yourself that you've never shown about yourself before in a relationship. Maybe that'll make all the difference in order to bring in a new level of understanding, or passion, or sensuality, or, and I mean, love and relationships. It could be a lover, it could be a soulmate, it could be a parent, a best friend, somebody in the community. You also have a very good understanding of where you've been hurt in relationships before, what you don't want to have happen going forward. And there could be a percentage of you out there that says, I don't want a relationship because of the pain that I had to go through. Maybe I had to give up my independence, or maybe I had to give up, my independence, or my viewpoints, or some of my values, and I don't want to do that again. But you know what? You know that about yourself this time. And so you're not going to attract that kind of person, and you're going to be aware of that kind of person because you have learned the lessons, that you have a sage wisdom when it comes to relationships. Maybe it's getting to that point in a relationship where all of a sudden you've got to say something about you, and it might not be something that you want to say about you. Maybe you have to talk about something that you didn't want anybody to find out. Maybe somebody reveals that to you. So be careful how you handle it, because it took them great courage and great respect for you to actually share that with you. Maybe it's revealing a part of yourself, a magical part of yourself that you've always hidden, a playful side of yourself that you've always hidden, or a talent or an ability because you didn't want to show the other person up comes out. And know that you have the tools to handle it, to probably build on relationships more than tear down relationships. So even though these cards don't look as bright, beautiful, and colorful as one might expect, you know what to do now within relationships. You know the parts of you can share within the relationships. You know what parts you need to share within the relationships to make them stronger, to make them sustainable, to make them beautiful, to make them passionate, to bring in that beauty, that sun rising, that new day dawning in the relationship. Spirituality, oh, look at this, we got the star. Making the impossible possible is the star. Knowing you've got what it takes. Knowing that you can bring everything in and have some kind of balance, like there's a recipe for success. And new moon affirmations, and grow that dream, and then grow it a little bit bigger. And then when you're all done growing it as big as you think you can, grow it just a little bit bigger than that. This isn't the first time I'm saying this week to, your dream almost has to scare you a little bit. Like you dream it so big, you go, oh, no, I don't think so. That's when you go, this is where I need to start stepping into it. That's where my fear lays. And embrace it and go for it. Know that you've got the abilities. Know that you have the talents. Know that you can do whatever it takes in order to do that. If it's closure and endings that need to happen or completion in something, you know it. Making the impossible possible. Taking your dream and breathing life into it. So through meditation, through prayer, through reflection, through actually putting things in place, taking those first steps. But most of all, it's growing that belief in yourself, about yourself. And so I told this kind of meditation, but it was more of a healing meditation for you. Same thing though, get in the bathroom, lock the door, um, incense or some kind of fragrance, light enough candles that you can see yourself in the mirror. You don't want to have any fluorescence on, a dim light maybe, but just have enough candles that you can see yourself in the mirror. And say, I believe in you. And use your name. I believe in you, Tilly. You've got this. You've got what it takes. It doesn't matter if nobody's ever done it before. It doesn't matter if people can't see what I see when I talk about my dream, my vision of my tomorrow. But I can see it, and that's all that matters. You've got this. You can do this. I love you. I support you. I'm behind you. And yes, if you make mistakes, I forgive you. Because you are doing your best. And that's what matters. Health, well-being, Nine of Pentacles. I think you are kind of leaving an old way or an old lifestyle or an old routine, or um, you're stepping into something new, something, more exercise or a new way of eating. Maybe you're going to go all organic or gluten-free or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. You are doing something new in order to improve your health and well-being. And it could be a whole different way of life for you. You could be really, really stepping up the transformation here on this. You could be saying, I'm ready now. Be careful doing this. You don't really want to jump in with both feet, although you feel like you must. And it may be something that you've already started to incorporate in your life and you're starting to see the benefits, so you really want to ramp it up. So be careful about that. Look at the garment you're wearing. You want to take slow and steady steps. You want to know where you are standing and where you are placing your foot, because if we start to speed up with this garment on, we are going to fall. We are going to trip. We are going to set ourselves behind. We don't want to do that. So one step at a time. Think it through clearly. What grounds me? What allows me the growth potential that I want when it comes to my health, when it comes to my well-being. But this it could be very radical. It could be, I even get where spirituality might play a part, where you never really did much when it came to spirituality, and now you're building your own altar, or you've got a place of worship that you go to, or it's a new group of people that meet that really are very like-minded with you on spirituality and your viewpoints and your values. It could be growing your spirituality in some way, tapping into an ability that you have, a psychic ability perhaps. Maybe you can read the cards. Maybe astrology comes easy. Maybe you just intuitively know things. Maybe you're clairvoyant in some way. Maybe you're a medium. And embracing it, but go one step at a time. Don't try and hurry. Don't try and hurry. One step at a time. And it really enhances any kind of, especially psychic ability or anything. So play a little bit with that. And it could be where you just start a gratitude journal, or you just say early morning affirmation, or you make a mission statement for yourself and you say it repeatedly throughout the day. But it's a step in, maybe it's setting aside time for meditation or prayer or reflection now, and you've never really done anything like that before. So one step at a time. Don't try and, if you want to start meditating, don't say, okay, I'm doing it an hour and a half every day. Boom, set the timer. Do 5 minutes. Then increase to 10 when 5 is comfortable. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.